Hello, welcome to another episode of Mirus Sofa Time. Sofa Time today is on tour at Datto in Reading. So new venue, new faces. Welcome Adam to the not Mirus sofa, but the Datto sofa we're borrowing for the day. So today we're going to have a bit of a chat about end user devices and continuity.
Yep.
So Datto traditionally, I guess, for those that don't know, more traditionally known for a server backup and DR product that is very successful. We use it extensively across our customer base.
Absolutely.
A new area that you're developing the product into is about end user devices.
100%.
I guess what I want to talk about in this video is the use case, why somebody needs to have a backup and effectively a DR solution for their end user device. I guess in a SaaS-based application world where people have everything's in SaaS applications, it's that world of not knowing where to save their documents.
100%, yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you look at the statistics globally, about 98% of organisations around the world are now adopting a SaaS-based application use case. And unfortunately, with the less adoption of on-premise infrastructure, more and more individual users are saving business-critical data to their endpoint machines. So with that in mind, moving away from the traditional server backup, the critical business assets, I suppose you could say, are now at risk on the endpoint machines. And those endpoint machines are as susceptible to all the conventional disasters that you'd expect to be associated to on-premise infrastructure, but actually they're more susceptible to loss, to damage. They're on the road, they're in people's bags, they're being stolen, and as such it's as important to protect those assets as it is the assets sat in the server rack.
I guess people are used to having their kind of standard server file structure, aren't they, with their D drive user or company drive or whatever in the same company. That when you're a remote salesperson, as an example, or a roaming director that's got lots of different offices, you're not always connected to the network.
Exactly.
And I think a lot of the time it's those people that are travelling around actually have quite important documents. Probably more important documents than something that's sat in the office full time that 100%. They're actually saving to their device.
Absolutely, and you know, we're seeing a real uptake in endpoint protection platforms, not necessarily Datto, but around the world, because the more organisations adopt Office 365, G Suite, Salesforce, you know, even platforms like Sage and QuickBooks, etc., are becoming more and more prevalent, and as such, all the time that those devices are not connected to the network, any data change occurring on those devices is being held locally. And all the time that is sat there locally without being replicated elsewhere, that is a single point of failure. Okay. And when individuals on the road are having conversations with customers, conducting their day-to-day activities, they're potentially storing critical data associated with contractual obligations or compliance or what have you, and all of that data is at risk up until the point that that's backed up.
Where we've been having conversation with some customers about key machines and key people within their business, about whether, I don't know, the person in their accounts that runs payroll or the FD that has, you know, just can't be without their device or their data for any period of time. We're seeing that as a really strong use case for where cloud continuity comes in from a desktop device.
Absolutely, and you know, it isn't always every user within an organisation who has that level of critical data. It is often board level or C-level, or you know, even in use cases like education, you may not want to back up the machines used by all the students, but actually the staff may well have more critical data, and it's having that flexibility delivered by an organisation like Mirus that can sit down and consult with you on what is your priority sort of content and where is that sat within the individuals within your organisation, and ensuring that all of that critical data, whether it be on-premise infrastructure, SaaS-based cloud applications or endpoint machines, is being protected in the right way.
That's the thing. Even you'd hope that, you know, the continual education that people have had over the last however many years of don't save things to your end user device, and yes, people have OneDrive, but people still will save things to their end C drive on their machine and putting that at risk.
Absolutely, and you know, when we look at what we've been doing over the past sort of 6-12 months in terms of road shows focused largely on sort of cyber threats, cyber crime, ransomware specifically, a lot of it does come down to education, and the education has been the focus of the past 24-36 months in terms of ensuring people are aware of what the threats are out there. And the same's been said for patch updates, the same's been said for where you're storing your data.
Yeah.
And unfortunately people just do not conform to what they're being told all the time.
It would be lovely if people did what you told them.
It would be lovely if
But they
people
don't.
did. Yeah, absolutely. But unfortunately, putting a last resort protection system in place is the only way that you can ensure your business doesn't end up at a loss after something bad happening.
Cool. Well, thank you very much. If you'd like to know more about cloud continuity for your end user devices, feel free to get in touch.
Thank you.